Recently, Khamzat Chimaev offered a reward of 1 million rubles to anyone who could submit him in the gym. This amount converts to approximately $11,000 USD. Khamzat said, anyone who submits me during training gets 1 million rubles from me. It hasn't happened in a long time. When I'm fooling around with young guys, I give up my neck. But when we have a serious grappling match, I offer 1 million rubles to anyone. Let them come to the gym and try. Renato Moicano and Gilbert Burns have both responded to this challenge. They are both confident they could submit Khamzat.
Khamzat Chimaev offered $1 million to anyone who can submit him in the gym.
Let's go with that, brother.
100%, my brother. Easy money.
You think you can submit him if $1 million's on the line, bro?
100%, brother.
What about you, Gilbert?
For sure, bro. Send me location, bro. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's in Abu Dhabi?
He's in Dubai.
Yeah, Dubai.
No taxes, brother.
Bro, hey. How much that try? Let's go, brother. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I think it's just everybody gets submit on training.
He said he never had. Well, he said he has like messing around, but like not for real, for real.
But with who? You know that's the thing. Like with the couple high level fighters, if you really in I don't know training high level grapplers with high level guys. And that's gonna happen, you know. It might not happen very often, but it should happen if the guys that you're training are on the highest level. Like if we get all the guys on ATT training with Moicano, Gan Raw, Dustin Poirier, so everybody, and the good jiu-jitsu guys, one day you might get caught, you know. Yeah. But if you're just training with certain guys, yeah. But I think if you're on the highest level of training, yeah, you're gonna get caught a couple of times.
Chito Vera's coach Jason Perillo uploaded footage today of Chito sparring Arman Tsarukyan. Kamaru Usman believes there is a disconnect between Sean Strickland and his coach Eric Nicksick. After Sean's loss to Dricus du Plessis, Eric suggested that Sean reconsider his commitment to MMA, stating that he only wants to coach world champions and not fighters who are primarily motivated by money. Usman weighed in on the situation and explained why he feels Nicksick's comments were a bit unfair. He pointed out that ultimately, every fighter wants to make money.
At the end of the day, it's Sean Strickland that's stepping inside that octagon, risking his life each and every time. So it's a little unfair. I understand what Eric Nicksick is trying to say. He's a coach now, and as a coach and as a motivator, you want your athletes to respond and actually take it in and run with it. But it's a little unfair because you don't know what you feel in there unless you're in there. You could have a best training camp and say, yes, I'm going in there, I'm gonna crush this guy. But once you get in there, you don't know what your spirit is feeling that day. And sometimes you just can't evoke that spirit that you need to go out there and accomplish the task. And so it's a little unfair to say, well, I don't know if he wants to make money. You know what? We all want to make money. Nobody wants to fight for free. I mean, some people might want to fight for free, but that's just dumb. You know, at the end of the day, we all want to make money. I guarantee you, of course, Sean Strickland wants to make money. That's partially why he is in there. But listen, it's a little unfair to say that I don't know where he stands. By Eric Nicksick saying that is showing me that there's a disconnect in the relationship between Sean Strickland and the gym and Sean Strickland and himself.
Calvin Kattar is scheduled to fight Youssef Zalal this weekend at UFC Vegas 102. Kattar has been facing a rough patch in his MMA career, with only one win in his last 5 fights. His most recent bout ended in a unanimous decision loss to Aljamain Sterling. Meanwhile, Youssef Zalal comes into the fight on a 6-fight winning streak. Despite the challenges, Kattar feels confident heading into the fight and is determined to prove that he still belongs at the top of the division.
So yeah, life's been going since the last fight. Happy to be back. Apex again, and yeah, things are good, feeling great, ready to go. Biggest takeaways are just always just how to improve every day, you know, win or lose, ideally off wins, but never stop learning and be a student of the game, and excited to have another opportunity to just go out and compete on Saturday night. Really just stay in the moment, like you said, on to the next one, win or lose. So just can't get high with the highs or low with the lows. Stay even keel, and you know, I'm expecting expecting a good performance on Saturday. Obviously fighting a tough fighter and planning to just go out and do what I can, deliver in most exciting fashion possible. Yeah, every fight is, you know, tough, exciting. You know, to go 4-0 in the UFC is not an easy task. So he's definitely deserving of a test at top 15. And I just got to go and prove why I belong still competing with the best guys in the division and you know, at the top of the ranking. So we both got someone to prove come Saturday night, and I think that makes for the best fights.
Dominick Cruz has shared the details of the injury that caused him to withdraw from his fight against Rob Font next week and ultimately retire from MMA. Cruz revealed that he dislocated his shoulder twice within an 8-month period. He explained the second dislocation was so painful, it shifted his perspective, leading to his decision to retire from the sport.
So I was doing some groundwork, and it was a basic thing I've done a million times. You know, you're on your back from half guard and you get up on your elbow, and then you reach to a single and you use your elbow to get up. And when you put posts on the ground like that with somebody on top of your head, and I just pretty much it just shot out the back the second I put my elbow down and went to pull in that single leg. And the difference with this one from the first one was the first one was only out for like maybe 3 minutes. It was a nice quick slide back in. Shout out to Tim Roberts and Lauda and everybody at the UFC PI here in Mexico City. They were able to pull my shoulder right into place pretty quick. That was excruciating pain, but it was so quick. Whereas the second one, they went to pull it in and it did not go back. It just stayed where it was at. And all the muscles locked it down on top of a nerve. And for about an hour and a half, you know, from driving to traffic to the hospital, to getting to the hospital, and then needing to get an x-ray, because you can't, it's not like the movies where you just slide a shoulder back in every time. It doesn't always work that way. So the second time it didn't work that way. When they went to slide it in, it was sitting very particularly. So they have to do an x-ray to see how to pull it back in, what direction to yank your arm when they reset it. Because if you pinch certain nerves, then it can shut the whole arm off, and it's just really damaging. So I'm in the hospital for an hour, 15 minutes, my arm starts turning blue. And when I see my fingers turning blue and just things being weird and the pain was excruciating, it just gave a different perspective for me. You know, I always say I deserve this kind of pain. And the reason is because that's the only way I learn. So this was enough pain to teach me something and get me to kind of like say, okay, it was just different.
Henry Cejudo is gearing up for one final title run before retiring from MMA. He is currently preparing to face Song Yadong at UFC Seattle next week. Cejudo has expressed his hope that, should he earn another title shot, it will be against Merab Dvalishvili. Henry lost to Merab by unanimous decision last year and is determined to get his revenge. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Henry said 100% going for the title. That's what it's always about. If it wasn't about that, for sure I wouldn't be fighting. This is the last run. I'm making this last push, this last hurrah over here, and I just turned 38. Age is not a factor in it either. It's my performances. Am I able to display my art inside of the octagon in front of 25,000 people? That's where it gets real for me. Once you're not a champion, and this is where champions get spoiled, we get a chance to talk and negotiate with not just purse, but with fighters. This is who I want. This is what I think. But when you're not the champion, you've got to take what they give you. And you can also refuse not to fight. You can also get shelved. It's all up to you. How is it and what is it that they're going to give you? You just say yeah, or you get shelved. I think for me, I personally like the stylistic matchup with Song. I think he's powerful. I think he's really good. I think he's explosive. He's a counterpuncher, but I also see deficiencies, and I'm looking to expose that on February 22nd. You've got to take what they give you. That's all there is to it. If you want to fight, and I got into a little tussle with Hunter Campbell about it, and I appreciated that. I appreciate sometimes firmness from the boss. And I just said, all right, let's do it. They said, how many rounds? I said, whatever you want, boss. Whatever you want. After a while, I was like, give me 5 rounds with him. If I'm really going to chase this title. So then we got the main event. On Merab, Henry continued 100%. Hell yeah. The best is winning. But even better than winning is getting payback. Like revenge. So on top of winning, when you're able to do that, you just prove to yourself a lot. Jared Cannonier is set to face RoboCop in the main event of UFC Vegas 102 tomorrow. Cannonier is currently coming off back-to-back losses. Determined to bounce back, he's aiming for a victory to regain momentum and get back into the UFC matchmaker's good graces.
I'm feeling good. nice and fresh, getting prepared from camp and ready to perform. Losing is not fun, but you know, what more can you do? You know, you heal up. You know, I broke my arm in that last fight, so heal up and try to get back to training and getting better and righting those awful wrongs as soon as possible. Like you said, we're on the spotlight right now, so I think it would put my name in the good graces of the matchmakers, the media, and the fans.
Alex Pereira released more footage today from his trip to South Korea a few months ago. One clip shows him landing a left hook to the body of an individual. Even Alex was impressed with how well he took it.
100%. No problem. Solo 100%. Hands up, hands up. Shot. One more. Number one. Now, number one. 한번 가야지. 한번 가야지. Number one. No problem. One more. I have something to tell you. Yeah. Okay. 100%. Just one punch. Left. Só 100% da esquerda. Okay. Yeah. And left hand. Liver shot or whatever. Left hand. Shava! 약간 잠겼네. 약간 잠겼. 샤마.
This video is brought to you by Raycon. Top quality earbuds for an affordable price. Raycon's everyday earbuds are a must-have for any audio lover. They are perfect for the gym, work, or phone calls, offering premium audio that goes where you go. They have tens of thousands of 5-star reviews online, and their latest model is better than ever, with a 32-hour battery life and multi-point connectivity that lets you pair with 2 devices at once. These earbuds come with active noise cancellation, which is often difficult to find at an accessible price point, but not with Raycon, which start at just half the price of other premium audio brands. Raycon's everyday earbuds come with a protective case cover, and not only do these look great, they support wireless charging. Just 10 minutes of charging yields 90 minutes of battery. They are also weatherproof and sweat resistant, perfect for travel, working out, or just going about your day. So click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/fullmount to get up to 20% off site-wide. That's right, you'll get up to 20% off everything on Raycon's website when you go to buyraycon.com/fullmount. Ilia Topuria has also expressed interest in fighting Dustin Poirier. While it's currently rumored that Ilia will defend his featherweight title in a rematch against Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 314, Ilia has recently stated that he plans to move up to lightweight in the future. On the Full Send podcast, Ilia said, "Just imagine a fight between me and I love that dog Dustin Poirier. He's a f***ing fighter. You know what I mean? You know that he goes in and he fights. Until he dies, you're going to have that guy in front of you fighting and trying to take your head off. That's a very exciting fight, I think, for me, and I think for the fans also." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says, "Everyone is so sensitive." Dean Thomas and Eric Nicksick spoke their opinions and saying what everyone was thinking about Sean's performance. The second one's from Scott Johnson. It says, "Strickland takes streamers to the death, but not actual fighters." And the final one's from Tony Ramos. It says, "Sean out there reaching for grapes, trying to make his wine, but the wine already sounding like a violin with the cheese and wine. Shout out Chito." Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.